Hi, Alicia Ramos of Mindset for Success Hypnotherapy, and in this video we're going to talk about irrational thoughts and how to stop them. So if you have been faced with any type of anxiety, you probably understand how it feels to have irrational thoughts that continue to fill your mind and just flood you. It takes you out of that state of focus and relaxation because we continue to create all these different scenarios, all types of different events from certain thoughts and beliefs about ourselves. So if you go to the very core and find out the very core by breaking down these thoughts, we will go to the core belief. And this core belief will tell us what we see and how we view ourselves. So it will determine whether we are worthy or if we're unworthy. And that is what we see. So if we are good enough or if we're not good enough will determine the type of thoughts that we create and what we see be reinforced in our reality. So if we have a thought that says, I'm good enough, that I am worthy, and this is our core belief, we will experience more of our external reality reinforcing that belief. So through our experience, our situations, our thought patterns, our behaviors, our ideas, they will all reinforce this thought that I am worthy, that I am good enough. So let's say you have this belief that I am unworthy, that I am not good enough. What type of thoughts do you think you will have? You'll have those that reinforce that belief. So you'll see things in which you may be exploited, that people will hurt you, that you have to protect yourself, all because it reinforces this idea that I'm not good enough, that I'm not lovable, that I'm not important, all to the core belief that I am not good enough, I am not worthy. And you see how this continues to create more and more thoughts, more and more experiences, more and more stories that reinforce this core belief. So how do you stop it? Well, this belief, these thoughts that continue to happen will continue to create that anxiety, because also when we're in that state, we like to jump 10 steps ahead. So we're future forward projecting, creating anxiety within ourselves because all of these thoughts of what could happen, because we have this core belief, so we have to reinforce it by this thought, this thought, this thought. Even if it's completely irrational, if it doesn't make any sense, we'll try to make sense of it as to why things are the way that they do or how to protect ourselves. So the irrational thought continues to happen. So you stop this by acknowledging the thoughts, right? With your awareness, being very mindful of when the thoughts occur. So when they occur, you do not attach to them, because when you attach to them, you believe that thought as true. You identify yourself as that thought, therefore reinforcing and creating situations that reinforce that thought. That reinforces the core belief of where that thought came from. So when you acknowledge that, it'll stop it. Okay? Many times we'll see it and we believe it, we attach to it. So I'll use this example. Imagine a child, right? You have a mother and a child, and the little child is begging for the mother's attention and saying, hey mom, look at me, and the mother's just ignoring it, and it continues to just pull on the mother, like, hey mom, look at me, and she continues to ignore that child. That thought, just like that child, is going to keep coming back until you acknowledge it, until you recognize where it came from or what its purpose is. And once the child is acknowledged, does the thought continue? Does the child continue to ask for the attention? No. So just like the thought, you need to acknowledge it and recognize the thought without attaching it. So you could use a very mindfulness exercise and just see the thought come up, arise, and allow it to pass, just like a cloud floating by. From right to left or left to right, wherever you see the thought, allow it to come up and let it pass. So once you acknowledge it, it really has no potency, it has no substance, because you are no longer attaching to this thought. And the more you get used to it, the easier it is for you to just acknowledge that this thought is coming from your awareness, but you do not need to attach to it. So in order for you to really dispute any type of irrational thoughts, you have to see that initial thought and ask yourself, why are you having this experience? Ask that thought, why? Why is it benefiting you to hold on to this belief, right? And once you get that answer, you continue to dispute it and ask why to the next belief. And then from that, ask why to the next until you get to the root cause. And like I said, usually the root cause, 99.9% of the time, it's because we believe that we are unworthy. It's either to protect us, that's why we have that type of thought. And then the underlying belief is because we do not feel that we are worthy, that we are not good enough. So go ahead and try. And when you do try, one of the important things is once you get to that root cause, you have to replace that thought. Replacing a negative thought with a positive, more empowering new belief, so that you are letting the other thought go and replacing it with a new belief. And you have to behave and act like this new empowering belief is absolutely true, that it is as true as your old belief once was. And that's how you continue to consciously and unconsciously reinforce that new identity, that new belief, that new story, that new pattern. So go ahead and try it. And don't forget to like or subscribe and even share this video with somebody who could benefit from stopping irrational thoughts. I'll see you in my next video. Take care and bye-bye.